Hey folks, this is Dan Gardoki, and I'm excited to be reaching out to you today to talk about the Backyard Bird Language online course, and specifically the group mentoring option that myself and my colleague Christy Drangenis are going to be offering this time. Here's an example of what you might get into on the mentoring piece. Bird language principles. There are many principles to bird language that really help us understand why birds do what they do or don't do what they don't do. For example, we've got something called the bungee cord principle. A bungee cord principle basically talks about the fact that birds have kind of zones of comfort, preferred locations where they generally are found. Now, these birds spend a lot of time in areas such as down low and in the grass, in the middle of the shrubs, kind of mid-story canopy and trees, things like that. So we're not talking about habitats like bogs versus marshes versus upland forests. We're talking about where on the landscape they like to sit. You almost imagine that each bird had a little bungee cord attached to its tiny little leg, and that was attached to the nearest vegetation. So if it's a scarlet tanager or western tanager, way up in the treetops, that's where that bird's generally going to be most comfortable. Its coloration is best there, its food sources are best there, it knows how to navigate and move around there really well. Versus, say, one of our ground feeding sparrows, chipping sparrow, white-crowned sparrow, song sparrows sometimes. These birds are much better camouflage sitting on the ground. They're much more comfortable there because that's where they know they can find their food, and they're generally going to be pretty safe. So with the bungee cord principle, when a bird gets pushed up by, say, something problematic, something troublesome, prowling cat, oblivious human, that bird is going to shoot up high generally, but it really wants to be back down. So it's almost like you're pulling tension on a little bungee cord. And as soon as that trouble's out of the way, that bird will come right back. So it's almost, think about it this way. Birds only go as far as they have to when they're frightened. Because if a bird were just to be like, wah, and go and shoot and fly, half a mile away, it would put itself at risk. It would be, susceptible to all sorts of problems. And it would give up its kind of territory there. So when we do the group mentoring component here on the Backyard Bird Language online course, we will take some deep dives into principles like this and help you understand how to really bust through that learning curve of understanding this language of the birds. So really hope you'll join us. Looking forward to meeting you all, and that's all I got for today. Bye-bye.